is the moment, tonight is the night.
Good morning, everyone. It's Crypto Meow Analysis coming at you with your daily update video. I mean, it's not going to be daily, but it's going to be quite often update video on Bitcoin. So as you can see, I am invested in Bitcoin as of now, so no more altcoins for me. I will be, if you want to join me during my journey to accumulate one full Bitcoin during the bear market, please like, subscribe, and basically help support the channel. That way I can buy more Bitcoin. Obviously, I only put in like, I don't know, 100, whatever it is, like $178 so far, because I'm not going to buy the top, right? But we have been oversold on the daily, so that's when I did buy. So obviously, go check out the other videos, and we could, you could kind of see my reasoning and thought logic behind buying. But anyway, let's get right into it, and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a very important Bitcoin update because price just tapped into major demand zone, and we've been talking about it all week, right? So we've been talking about it during the last couple videos. $83,616. Now, when we were actually in this level, we ended up wicking, which is what we said is possible, right? We said it could come down here, you can get a wick, and then you could actually close over this area of support, and that's exactly what it did, right? So you tapped into support, and you got a nice bounce. Now Bitcoin is trading inside the $82,000 to $80,000 support range. This level is absolutely critical for what happens next, because for a continuation up, I do think that, again, you are resetting the RSI on the daily time frame, and 91,000 is in play. But that's so important, because if $91,000 doesn't break, then you're just going to make a lower high. People are going to get trapped. You're going to come back down and retest this low, if not break down and make a lower low. At that point, 70,000 will be next, but we'll get to that later in the video. So let's talk about today's move. Bitcoin just broke down from that rising structure and dropped straight into the top of the demand zone. You can see on the chart that buyers stepped in exactly where we expected, right around 82,300. This is the same zone that previously acted as support and now is being retested again. Right now, there are three major levels that we need to watch for. 82,300, the first layer of support. And that's where we bounced yesterday or today, whenever that dip was. And then 80,200, which is right here. I think that's where Bitcoin actually dropped to. But 80,200 would be the deeper part of the demand zone. If we tap this level, the reaction will be huge, right? Either capitulation or the next major bounce that hopefully takes us higher. And then there's the big macro support at around $68,000. Am I looking at this on the... No. Okay. Around $68,000-$70,000, which is the next, which is like the worst case scenario. We come down, we break through 83,000, 82,000, 80,000, and then we basically break down, and this would be the next floor. But I do think, again, we do kind of need to get a reset on the RSI because we are oversold, so we are getting that bounce. Don't get stuck. I know you guys think I'm probably bearish, but I'm taking advantage of these dips because I don't have Bitcoin. If you have Bitcoin right now, then I hope it goes to the moon for you. I don't mean to be super bearish, but I think, and based off of me putting my money in the crypto market, I think the bear market started. And that'll be solidified if we keep coming up, making lower highs, and then capitulating down with these big 20-30% capitulations. Because unfortunately, for the last two cycles, that's what I did. I thought we bottomed. Oh yeah, this is it. We're going up from here. We're going up from here. And every single time that happened, we made a lower high and broke down. And that's how I basically got chopped up and lost all my money. So just FYI, I hope it goes up for you. But if you're holding Bitcoin right now, or if you're buying right now thinking that you're going up back up to this all-time high, then it needs to break 91,388, which does coincide perfectly with the 23632 resistance. We have the resistance at 95,000, 100,000, and then 106. I would say it could even come back up to 106 and still be bearish. Once that breaks, you have the green light. Previous high in 139 and 148 would be the next all-time high target for Bitcoin. And that's letting the Bitcoin holders right now know, hey, there's still upside potential right now. But once we start getting these deeper corrections, the bear market's in my opinion. Now let's take a look at the cloud. For the first time in a while, the cloud is starting to fade from green towards neutral. So let's see. So let's bring up the Gaussian channel. Let's do it on the weekly. Alrighty, so pretty important to note. Okay. So it's starting to fade from green towards neutral, which tells me momentum is slowing down. But here's the important part. The EMAs are still stacked bullish, which means Bitcoin is still in the macro uptrend as long as it stays over $80,000. So if we break below $80,000 and close there, that's when the ribbon flips bearish and we could see a longer correction. So just keep in mind that we absolutely need to stay over $80,000, because again, if we don't, and if we're capitulating, the next floor is going to be around $70,000. So here's what to expect. So right now, Bitcoin is coiling inside the demand zone, and historically, when BTC compressed like this under major resistance but above key support, a big move is coming. Okay, whether it's a downside, upside, you can decide that. I think it's a downside, but I want to get views, right? So Bitcoin to the bull, Bitcoin to the moon, Bitcoin to the moon. But also, obviously, you see that. Like, if I really did believe that, if I really did think that we did bottom, I would be putting in more money. But I'm not, because I want to buy it for as cheap as I can. I'm not rich. I'm trying to get to 1 Bitcoin, so I need to just hope that we do go down. Anyways, but for everyone holding altcoins, I really do hope it goes up, because that's good for the channel. Channel gets views. All my other videos get views. So we'll just have to wait and see. If we get if we bounce cleanly off of 80 to 82,000 support, which we are over right now, we retest 100,000. And if a breakout towards if that happens, a breakout towards 113 becomes extremely likely. If support fails, we drop to 76,000 first, and then around 68 to $72,000 would be the next major area of support. So my personal bias, as long as Bitcoin holds over 80,000 on the daily close, the bulls are still in control. The structure is still intact. The trend is still intact. The demand zone is still absorbing selling pressure. But if we lose 80,000, then the chart opens up to a lot of downside. I mean, you're looking at 20% capitulation from the current price. Now, again, like the RSI, oh man, all these cars, I can't even buy these cars anymore because I'm broke, right? I thought I was hitting alt season, and now these cars are just out of my reach. So the weekly RSI is curling up, right? So the daily RSI also is curling up. So I do think we are in for still moving up. We still have room for upside potential, but we cannot get stuck at 91,000, 100,000, and 106,000. Those are all the targets on the upside. So traders, that's where traders are going to be taking profits, given that they think that it's in a bear market. But I'm not a trader. I'm going to accumulate 1 Bitcoin. But I'm just saying. So yeah, so that's today's Bitcoin update. Short, simple, and straight to the point. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think we're going to bounce and stay over $80,000? Or do you think that Bitcoin is going to have a deeper correction? Make sure you subscribe if you want these fast, accurate updates almost every day, for the most part every day. I am trying to, I'm now Bitcoin Maxi. So please follow me on my journey, and please help support the channel so I can basically get to 1 Bitcoin. That'll be really cool. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Just remember, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion. Another thing to note really quick, I forgot to mention this, the fear and greed is at 12. We are curling up on it, so there's a lot of upside potential right now, but we just make sure that you keep an eye out for those major areas of resistance, because if those break and if we start going up, then 139 to 148 becomes very, very, very reachable this bull run, and that will solidify the fact that we are actually still in a macro bull run. None of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion. Thank you so much for all of your support, and I will see you in the next video.